Happy New Year! Welcome to Countercharge here on Throw Punch Lunch. Today we're going to be talking about Bin Fa, a game of Oriental strategy. This is an abstract war game. It's pretty cool. In the old days when it was originally released, it only had a hexagon board and it was static. Now you can move the board around into different configurations, which increases the cool factor a little bit. So why don't we go ahead and go to the close cam and check it out.
All right, now this is a game of Bin Fa. This is a two-player game that's set up with each player only having one army. Now, it can play up to 6 players, 2 to 6 players, with each player taking a different army color. If you play with 2 players, you could actually have the players take 3 armies each if you want. So there's different ways to play from that standpoint. Also, in the original version, this hexagon map, it was a hexagon map. But now you can actually move it and you can make the board change, which changes the tactical options, okay? Which is a neat aspect to the game now. These black chips right here that are on the board, those represent blocking terrain. You can think of them as mountains or rivers or something. The white ones are vortexes, all right? Your army units, each player gets 12 armies, which are just these checkers, and then your general is a pawn, all right? Your supply marker are the bishops that run on the supply track on the outside. Now, your typical turn consists of either 2 things. You go for supplies, or you go to move your army units. So why don't we go ahead and let's say the purple player is going to move for supplies. So you roll the dice, and you can either move 2, 3, or 5 spaces along the supply track to try to gather supplies. So I can go 1, 2, I can go 1, 2, 3, or I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Now, he's purple, he's landing on a yellow space. I do not control the yellow sector, and I didn't land on a purple space, so I would collect no supplies during that turn. Okay? Now, how you move. You roll the dice after playing a supply token, and you move the difference between the 2 dice. So in this case, a 2 and a 1, so I get 1 move. Okay? So let's say it's the green player's turn. They're going to move over there after they paid a supply token. Okay? So as you can see, the green player has lots of supply tokens, so he can go ahead and choose to move again. So he pays a supply token, and he rolls a 6 and a 4, so he can move 2 spaces. Okay, so he goes ahead and decides to move 1, 2, and he'll go ahead and pay another supply. And this time a 4 and a 2, so he gets to move 2 spaces, 1, 2. Okay, so you get the ideas. Now, how you go ahead and defeat units in this game is that you have to surround them. So in this case, if I had an army unit here, here, and here, you cannot move across the points of the triangles, so this unit would be surrounded and eliminated. Each player plays until they have either 4 army chips left or 2 chips and a general. Once you go below that level, you've surrendered your army.
All right, folks, so that is Bin Fa. Pretty interesting, you know. I mean, if you like abstracts and, you know, it's supposed to be a war game, it kind of plays a little bit like a war game, but in a way, it's not a war game, so it's a lot of fun. You can check that out. Like I said, if you're interested in getting a copy, you want to go to binfa.com, and you can check it out over there, and that's probably the best place to get it is picking it up over there on the website. So I hope you enjoyed this. Next time we get together, we're going to be talking about Kings of War International Campaign Day, which is coming at you January 14th, 2017.